Imagine being handed the keys to a really fast sports car. Like, it's thrilling, right?
Yeah.
But the track you have to drive on is completely covered in hidden landmines.
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect way to describe it.
Right. And that is exactly the kind of energy the astrological charts are showing for you, the fiery and fierce zodiac sign of Leo between May 25 and May 31st, 2026. So welcome back to Horoscope TV. I'm so glad you're joining us today
It is so great to be here.
because you really need to tune in and pay close attention today. You are heading into a week of huge personal power, sudden shifts, and honestly, a lot of intense pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot to navigate.
It really is. But by looking closely at the astro data today, we're going to figure out how you can avoid a massive argument, sidestep some pretty tricky office drama, and actually set yourself up for a truly romantic, joyful weekend. It's a really big week.
It is a massive week. And, our goal here is to analyze the charts for the next few days to help you understand not just what might happen, but the actual mechanics of why it's happening.
Right, getting to the why is so important.
Exactly. Because when you understand the movement of the planets and how they push and pull on your daily life, you get the tools to use this cosmic weather to your advantage.
Yeah, instead of just getting caught out in the storm.
Exactly.
So I want to start by looking at the general forecast, the big picture for your week. Right off the bat, the charts show that your social life is going to be incredibly busy.
Very busy.
But then on May 25, your ruling star, the sun, forms an angle called a square with something called the true node. So how does that actually impact someone's Monday?
Well, to understand this, you really have to picture what a square angle does in astrology.
Okay.
It creates a harsh 90-degree corner. It's kind of like two cars arriving at an intersection at the exact same time.
Oh, so someone has to yield or there's going to be a crash.
Exactly. And the true node is essentially this point in the sky that represents your future, your highest path in life. So because the sun is your ruling star, this friction is deeply personal for you as a Leo. This transit forces a sudden pause, like it just stops you in your tracks.
Oh, wow. So it's making you rethink things.
Yes, it pushes you to rethink your long-term goals and really to take a hard look at your friendships. It basically demands that you ask if the people around you are actually helping you get to where you want to be.
Man, that sounds like a heavy, serious way to start the week.
It is a bit heavy, yeah.
But then we move into May 26, and the entire feeling just changes. Looking at the astro data, it points to May 26 as the absolute most powerful day of the entire week for you.
No, without a doubt.
Because the sun moves into a very lucky angle called a trine with retrograde Pluto, which happens to be sitting in the sign of Aquarius.
Yeah, and a trine is like the complete opposite of a square.
How so?
Well, instead of a tense intersection, a trine is like a wide open, smooth highway.
Yeah.
The energy just flows perfectly. And Pluto is the planet of profound, deep change.
Okay, so a smooth flow of massive change.
Right. So when your ruling star, the sun, makes this clear connection with Pluto, it brings a huge shift to your partnerships. It grants you incredible influence over other people.
That sounds amazing.
It is. People are naturally going to listen to you and follow your lead on this day. You'll just have this magnetic pull.
Okay, but getting all that influence sounds exactly like driving that sports car I mentioned earlier. Like, it's thrilling to have that much speed and power, but here is my concern.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Well, because you are Leo, you already naturally like to take charge, right? You already have that strong royal energy.
That's very true.
So if the charts are handing you extra influence on May 26, does that mean you need to be extremely careful not to just become bossy? It feels like you could easily run people over without even noticing.
Oh, the risk is definitely high.
Right.
I mean, Pluto does not just whisper. It completely takes over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when you combine your natural Leo confidence with Pluto's raw, unfiltered power, the line between leading and just demanding becomes very thin.
So how do you handle that?
The challenge here is to lead with grace. You want to use that fast, powerful energy to inspire the people around you, right? Not just run them off the road.
That makes total sense. And honestly, if you are driving that extremely fast car of influence this week, the first place you're going to feel the speed and see those landmines we talked about is at work and in your bank account.
Oh, absolutely. The career chart starts out a little rocky.
Yeah, because on May 25, the planet Mercury is standing directly opposite a point called Lilith.
Right. And Mercury governs how we talk, how we send emails, how information travels, basically.
And what about Lilith?
Lilith represents hidden things, shadows, and sometimes a real spirit of rebellion. So an opposition is exactly what it sounds like. It's a standoff.
Okay. So when Mercury and Lilith face off, information gets twisted.
Exactly. This usually shows up as office gossip swirling around the break room or hidden traps in a project. Like, people are saying one thing but meaning another.
That sounds incredibly stressful.
It is. So the clear warning from the astro data is to stay completely out of the drama. Just do not engage and definitely do not pick sides.
Yeah, keep your head down on Monday, because the very next day, on May 26th, that lucky highway of energy between the Sun and Pluto kicks in.
Right.
And that gives you the strength to step up, take charge of a big project, and really impress your boss. So you basically go from dodging gossip one day to being the absolute office hero the next.
You really do. You have amazing leadership skills available to you right now. But you do need to pace your expectations about when you're actually going to be rewarded for them.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because a few days later, on May 29, the planet Venus clashes with Saturn.
Okay, and Venus is all about money and value, right?
Yes, Venus rules money, bonuses, things we value. And Saturn acts as the strict teacher of the solar system.
Oh, boy. The strict teacher.
Yeah, Saturn puts up roadblocks and demands hard work. So when they clash, you are going to feel a frustrating delay. Like, you might feel genuinely angry that the boss hasn't given you a raise or a promotion for the great work he did earlier in the week.
So the message from the charts is basically just to wait it out. Like, do not march into your boss's office on May 29 demanding immediate rewards.
Please don't do that. Patience is absolutely required here. The success is coming, I promise, but Saturn just demands that you prove you can wait for it.
Wow. Okay, so let's shift gears and look at the money forecast, because there are some loud warning bells here too.
There really are.
I want to go back to that super powerful day, May 26. The astro data shows an explosive connection between the planet Mars and Pluto. And this is going to make you feel a huge, almost overwhelming pressure to spend a lot of money just to prove a point or show off.
Yeah, Mars drives our aggressive instincts, our desire to conquer. So when it clashes with Pluto, it creates this intense feeling of inner combustion. You will feel a sudden need to assert your dominance. And, well, in our modern world, one of the easiest ways people try to prove their dominance is by flashing their cash.
Oh, totally.
So the charts are basically begging you to resist this urge. Keep your wallet closed.
It sounds like buying an expensive round of drinks for the whole bar just because someone jokes that you wouldn't do it.
Yes, exactly that.
Or buying the flashiest watch just to make a coworker jealous. But wait, I have a theory about this.
Oh, let's hear it.
Is this sudden urge to show off and spend money on May 26 actually just a cover-up for the stress caused by all that workplace gossip the day before? Like compensating for feeling undermined?
That is the exact psychological link the charts are pointing to.
Really?
Yes, when you feel undermined by hidden agendas, like that tricky Mercury and Lilith energy on Monday, it damages your pride. And Leo is a sign that holds immense pride.
Yeah, Leos do not like feeling small.
Not at all. So by Tuesday, when that forceful Mars and Pluto energy hits, the fastest way to bandage that wounded pride is to spend money, just to prove your worth to everyone.
That makes total sense.
It does. And recognizing how the events of Monday caused the feelings on Tuesday is exactly how you stop yourself from making a bad financial choice.
Which is so important, because you really need to hold on to your cash. On May 29, when Venus and Saturn clash, the charts suggest a sudden, unexpected expense might pop up.
Right.
You definitely do not want to be caught empty-handed because you bought a round of drinks for the bar 3 days ago.
Exactly. Saturn demands responsibility, so saving your money midweek will save you a massive headache later.
Okay, so now let's talk about how all of this intense, slightly defensive energy you were carrying around the office isn't just going to stay at the office.
Oh no, it never does.
Right. You are going to bring it home, which means it will spill right into your private life. So let's look at who you will click with this week and who you're going to clash with in your love life and friendships.
The love forecast is a real mix, honestly.
Yep.
On May 25, the Sun links up with Neptune.
Yeah.
If you are in a relationship, this is going to make you feel very soft and deeply connected to your partner.
Wait, why does Neptune do that? How does a planet that is so far away make a fiery Leo feel soft?
Well, think of Neptune's energy like a cosmic fog rolling in.
Okay.
It blurs the hard edges of reality, and it heightens our sense of fantasy. So when your ruling star, the Sun, shines through that fog on the 25th, it just softens your usually fierce boundaries.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is. It makes you much more open to romance, illusion, and emotional connection.
Nice. And if you are single, May 26th is going to be your luckiest day to meet someone, right?
Yes.
Because that powerful Sun and Pluto connection doesn't just make you a leader at work, it makes you incredibly attractive to new people. You will just have this magnetic glow.
You really will.
But again, we have to look out for May 29.
Always back to May 29.
Yep. That clash between Venus and Saturn, it brings a heavy, cold feeling. In a relationship, this might show up as a small fight or like a disagreement about long-term plans. So the advice from the charts is to just keep things light. Focus on having fun together rather than trying to map out a 10-year plan on a Thursday night.
Exactly. Where you focus your energy really matters this week. And the charts clearly highlight Sagittarius as your perfect companion right now.
Sagittarius, okay, because they are a fire sign, just like Leo, right?
Yes, and they share your excitement for life.
But why are they the perfect match for this specific week?
Because the sun is giving you such a deep sense of purpose and power on May 26th, and a Sagittarius friend or partner is going to push you think even bigger.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they are the explorers of the zodiac. They love to travel, learn new things, and they will fully support your boldest dreams without ever feeling threatened by your intense power.
That sounds like exactly what a Leo needs, so that is the best match. Who should you avoid at all costs?
You need to stay far away from Taurus this week.
Oh, really? Taurus?
Yes. Taurus will feel like a heavy weight holding you back. Remember that Mars is currently moving through the sign of Taurus.
Okay.
And on May 26, Mars squares Pluto, which creates massive friction. You, as a Leo, want to grow, transform, and move incredibly fast.
Yeah.
But Taurus wants stability. They are very, very stubborn.
Man, it sounds like trying to dance a fast salsa with someone who absolutely refuses to get off the couch.
That is exactly it.
Like, you're pulling their arm, they're holding onto the cushions, and eventually someone is just going to start yelling.
That captures the dynamic perfectly. They will find your constant need for action completely exhausting, and you will find their slow pace incredibly frustrating.
Right.
If you try to push a Taurus this week, they will dig their heels in, and a massive argument will erupt. So just avoid any business or money dealings with a Taurus right now.
Okay, here's a thought, though. If Sagittarius is so good at pushing you to dream big and keeping things fun, could finding a Sagittarius friend actually be like the secret weapon to dealing with that heavy, strict Venus and Saturn energy on May 29?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if Saturn is dragging you down, can a Sagittarius pull you back up?
Yes, that is a brilliant way to use the astro data. The best way to counter the heavy restriction of Saturn is with the natural, expansive optimism of Sagittarius.
That's awesome.
It really is. When you feel bogged down by delays at work or a heavy conversation with a partner, calling up a Sagittarius friend to go do something fun and adventurous is exactly the remedy you need.
Now, if you are spending the entire week dodging office gossip, suppressing the urge to impulse buy, and, tiptoeing around a stubborn Taurus on the couch, your stress levels are going to be through the roof.
Way through the roof.
So how does this cosmic pressure cooker actually show up in your body by the end of the week? Let's talk about your health and home life.
Managing your physical energy is critical this week. On May 25, when the sun connects with dreamy Neptune, it's a great time to relax.
Okay, how so?
Meditation is highly recommended, or just spending some quiet time sitting near water to calm your mind.
Sounds peaceful. But then May 26 hits. We keep coming back to this day.
Yes, we do.
The intense Mars and Pluto square brings a lot of internal stress and sudden bursts of anger. So you absolutely must find a physical release. The charts say you need to go jogging, take a really hard fitness class, or just do something to burn off that frustration.
Yeah, think of the Mars and Pluto tension like trying to hold a beach ball underwater.
Oh, that's a great visual.
You can force it down for a while, but the moment your focus slips, it is going to explode upward and hit you right in the face.
Ouch.
Exactly. Mars is pure physical energy. If you do not actively release it through exercise or movement, that energy is going to turn inward as severe anxiety or outward as a full-blown temper tantrum.
And if you don't let the energy out at the gym, you're going to end up yelling at the poor Taurus on the couch.
You better say.
And all of this intense output takes a major toll because on May 28th, the moon enters the sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio energy pulls your focus inward toward your home and your family dynamics.
It really does.
You might find that you feel very, very tired on this day. The charts urge you to stay home and get plenty of rest. But wait, I have to challenge this.
Okay, go for it.
Is it actually the moon moving into Scorpio that is making you tired? Because honestly, if I have been asserting dominance, dodging office landmines, and holding beach balls underwater for 3 days, I'm going to be totally exhausted by Thursday, regardless of where the moon is.
That is so fair. You would think it's just normal physical exhaustion, and honestly, on a biological level, it is. But the timing is what makes it astrological.
Okay, explain that.
The moon acts as the minute hand on the cosmic clock. It doesn't necessarily just cause the exhaustion, it signals that the time for pushing outward is over.
Oh, I see.
The moon entering Scorpio is basically the universe officially turning off the lights and giving you permission to close the door, turn off your phone, and finally recover.
That actually makes perfect sense. And while you are recovering, there are a few lucky extras the charts have for you. To match your fiery Leo energy this week, keep the color orange around you.
Yes, orange is great right now.
Wear an orange shirt, put some oranges in a bowl on your counter. Just keep that bright, warm color close to elevate your mood. Also, if you need to pick numbers this week, the astro data points to 1, 8, 10, 19, 28, and 35 as your lucky numbers.
Little details like colors and numbers can serve as really great visual reminders throughout the week, you know, just to keep you focused on your bigger goals.
Definitely. And honestly, all of this resting at home and avoiding disaster is actually building a foundation for something much bigger.
It is. It really is.
Because the week is a wild ride of high power, high stress, and careful choices about your money. But the finish line brings a massive reward. So let's talk about the grand finale.
Yes, the grand finale arrives on May 31st. We have a full moon lighting up the sky, and it happens to be in the sign of Sagittarius.
Ah, there is that expansive Sagittarius energy again. Why is a full moon so important, though?
Full moons are always moments of culmination and bright illumination. A full moon in Sagittarius brings a huge, undeniable wave of joyful and adventurous energy into your life.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It is. The heavy, difficult aspects from earlier in the week completely fade away in this light. For your love life, this is the perfect night for a romantic date. It will just feel open and incredibly fun.
And what does this mean for all that work and money stress we talked about?
At work, this full moon brings clear success for all the hard work you did earlier in the week. Remember how you had to be patient and wait on May 29?
Yeah, because of strict teacher Saturn.
Exactly. Well, this is when the patience pays off. It highlights your creative talents, and the charts even suggest this full moon might reveal a fun new way for you to make some extra money.
That is incredible. So is this full moon on May 31st basically the universe's way of rewarding Leo for keeping their wallet closed and staying out of the office drama earlier in the week?
Yes. The astro data points to a very clear sequence of events. You face tests of your temper, your pride, and your patience.
Right.
And when you navigate those tests successfully without blowing up, the full moon arrives to shower you with the rewards you actually earned.
What an incredible journey. I mean, from the tension and gossip on Monday to the massive power on Tuesday, the sheer exhaustion on Thursday, and finally, this brilliant, joyful success by Sunday. It is a lot to process.
It is a profound week. And as we finish our analysis of the charts today, I want to leave you with one final, deeper thought.
Oh, I love these. What is it?
We discussed the annoying roadblocks this week, the stubborn Taurus energy holding you back, the workplace gossip, the frustrating delays at work.
Yeah, the landmines.
Right. What if those things were not actually bad luck? What if they were tests, specifically designed to build the patience and the discipline you need to handle the massive success arriving on the 31st?
Oh, wow.
Sometimes the resistance we face is just building the muscles we need to carry the reward.
The resistance is just building the muscle. I love that. Keep that thought in your mind as you navigate this wild, wonderful week. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this episode on Horoscope TV.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
We love exploring these charts with you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you can get notified the very moment the next episode is available. Stay powerful, stay patient, and we will see you next time.